So the question is set up in a way as to trick you into doing the wrong way of solving. Let me read the question to you. Each morning, John jogs at 6 miles per hour and rides a bike at 12 miles per hour. His goal is to jog and ride his bike a total of at least 9 miles in no more than 1 hour. If John jogs J miles and rides his bike B miles, which of the following systems of inequalities represents John's goal? Now, if your head has not already exploded because you haven't seen an SAT question, I know a lot of people are like in tears now, and I apologize for making you cry. I apologize. What they're telling you to do is set up a system of equations. No one wants to do that. No one wants, except maybe a math teacher, nobody wants to do that. And that is the trap. To try and bang your head against this question and come up with a system of equations, some equation with J and B and some number and an inequality. So the strategy that we would recommend to defeat this plan to make you do it the wrong way is called pick a number or plug in a number. So what I would recommend is to literally pick a value for J. John jogs J miles. No, John jogs 3 miles. J equals 3. And I'm going to write that down because it's a paper-based test. And rides his bike for B. So I'm going to say 15 miles. Which of the following is now going to be, instead of setting up an equation, it's going to be setting up math. Simple number crunching. So I can solve this mathematically, come up with a numerical answer, and then here's the trick to the way this strategy works. Number crunch for a few moments and see if the result of that answer choice matches the result you came up with. One of them will work, the other 3 will not, if you've done the math correctly. And again, you want to pick numbers that are small, easy to use, something you could do by hand if it's not the calculator section.
Yep.
And that will defeat this puzzle using basic number crunching skills, especially if you've got the calculator, rather than having to rack your brain to try and write an equation, which no one wants to do.
Right.
So that's an example of how strategy beats the way they set up the puzzle. But the thing is that practice is essential. So this strategy is not something I would expect students to master after me describing how to do it once. And practice makes permanent. The more you practice something, the more permanently it gets lodged in your brain as a good thing. Remember, there are bad habits, but there are also good habits. So developing good habits in here is about practice.